Hi, hello and welcome to Journey Towards Wealth. In today's video, let's discuss whether it is possible to be wealthy with an income from a job. Today, with the advent of social media and with so many influencers talking about finance and money, it is made to believe that you cannot become wealthy by doing a regular job. People assume that only if you have a business or a successfully run a side hustle or huge investment, you will be able to be wealthy. Here, people misunderstand the concept of being wealthy. People assume being wealthy means you should be a billionaire, multimillionaire, or somebody who must be having a huge investment. But actually, what is the definition of being wealthy? A person is wealthy when he is able to cover his current standard of living from income generated through his investment or passive income in such a way that he doesn't have to downgrade his lifestyle and he doesn't depend upon a job or any earned source of income. Here, the main factor is you should have sources of income which could be passive or through your investment return, or you have a corpus or a net worth which is huge, which can create income that can cover your expenses for current standard of living. Doesn't talk about having millions of dollars as investment or to be a multimillionaire having around 30-40 crores of Indian rupees in investment. It is not about that. It is about having enough income coming out of your investments to cover your current standard of living without depending on a job or any earned income. In that case, if you are somebody who has been working and has been able to allocate a good portion of your income towards savings and investment, and you continue to do this over a period of 15 to 20 years, there is nothing that will stop you to become wealthy. There are many distractions for you in this journey. There will be comparison which will come in your mind with somebody who is doing better than you. There will be social media influences coming about a more fancy lifestyle. It is up to you not to get carried away by distractions and continue on your journey towards accumulating wealth. What you earn is not the important factor, but what percentage of your earning you are able to save. That is the most important factor when it comes to creating wealth or being wealthy. If you are able to allocate around 20% or more of your income towards savings and investments with a decent return on investment, then there is nothing that will stop you to accumulate wealth. But this is a process which needs to continue for a period of 15 to 20 years without much distraction. The distraction could be somebody talking about a scheme which would fetch you better return. The distraction could be a fancy car which you would love to buy. Distraction could be a bigger house. It can be any distraction. But somebody who is on a goal to be wealthy or to accumulate enough wealth will always be focused towards end result. And here the problem is the end result will happen only after a period of 15 to 20 years. If you ask anybody who has been investing in the mutual funds in Indian share market, if they have done enough research work and found out good quality mutual funds, whether it is in small cap category, mid cap category, flexi cap category or multi cap category, whatever be the category, they would have got a decent return of around 14% to around 20-22% over the past 10 years. You didn't have to do too much of work in this. You just had to continue the process of saving a good portion of your income, investing in this mutual funds without any distraction, and just go on accumulating wealth over a period of time. And there are many people who have done this and been able to accumulate a corpus of around 5 to 10 crores by the time they turn 50. To put things in perspective, let's understand that an income of around 16 lakhs or more is considered to be the top 1% of the Indian population, as per the Financial Express report. So we should understand that even today, earning 1 lakh or 1.5 lakh per month in India is something which has been only possible by the top 1% of the Indian population. So if you are somebody in this category, you are well above others, and if you are able to allocate a large portion of your savings and invest in the right products over a period of time, there is nothing which will stop you from being wealthy. If it is possible for you to be wealthy with a job, why is it that most people are not able to do it? The simple reason is, in your early life, when you're in your 20s, people are not fully aware about savings, investment, and the power of compounding. They assume that their salary is less and that amount will not be sufficient for them to accumulate wealth, and they ignore about savings and investment. That's the main reason many people are not able to become wealthy with a job. They actually get redirected towards lifestyle, a fancy lifestyle with the latest gadgets or a fancy bike, and they enter into the phase of debt early on in life. With a high debt early on in life, they will not have enough money to save and invest and enjoy the power of compounding. This is the main reason why many people are not in a position to accumulate wealth over a period of time. You don't need to have a huge amount of money to start on with your investment journey. You can start with as little as 1,000 rupees per month. But over a period of time, that will accumulate and be a good corpus for you for your investment. Most people ignore this aspect of life. And when you see your friends having a great lifestyle where they are spending huge money on their bikes or on their gadgets, you get carried away, and many a times your salary at the initial stages may not be enough to take care of these expenses. This will take you to the root of debts. Once you get into debt, it takes you a long time to come out of it, and the whole time you are losing your power to compound money by investing. Hence, it gets very critical for you to ensure that you save and invest your money early on, so that over a period of time you will be able to accumulate a good corpus. Most people in the salaried category today are not able to accumulate wealth or not able to be financially free is because they get carried away by lifestyle inflation. Any increase in income is being redirected towards a lifestyle which is more fancy, which is more in a way to show the world that you're rich. Many people who have that lifestyle may not be having a good net worth or wealth accumulated. So it gets very important for you to understand and to have a balance between savings and investment, and also to have a good lifestyle. Every increase in salary, if it is redirected towards savings and investment, you will be able to accumulate a good corpus over a period of time, and you will be financially free, and the amount of security that a financial free life would give you is beyond words. Most people ignore this because they think it is practically impossible for you to achieve that state. Now, let's go through a real life example to see whether this is practically possible. So now, if you're looking at investing 10,000 rupees monthly in any of good quality mutual funds in multi-cap category, flexi-cap category, mid-cap category or small-cap category, you can aim for a return of around 14% over a longer tenure. Here we are assuming that the person is able to invest this 10,000 rupees per month at the age of 22, 23 when he is young, and he has a longer horizon to look at. Over a period of time, he will be increasing his investment each month, where initially if he starts off with 10%, we assume the next year he will make the investment to 11,000 and keep increasing according to the increase in his income. If somebody is able to do this over a period of 25 years, they can achieve a corpus of around 5 crores. Here, we need to understand this after 5 or 25 years, the 5 crore may not have the value that it is having today. But again, as and when you reach or when you're near your target time, you can increase your SIP because your income would have grown up drastically and you will have more amount or surplus available each month to achieve this. Again, if you're somebody starting at the age of 22, 23, for 25 years away is around 47 years, you still have couple more years to actually increase your investment and achieve a much higher corpus of around 10 crores or 12 crores, which would be sufficient for you to maybe consider yourself wealthy by having an income which will come from this investment through SWP or other methods, and you will be able to have a comfortable, wealthy life after that. 50 is not an old age when in considering today's time, and having a corpus of 10 to 12 crores at the age of 50 is a good amount to aim for. So now let's assume a second case where you're trying and increasing your tenure by around 5 years and you invest the same amount of 10,000 to start with and keep on increasing 10% each year according to the increase in your income. But you're looking at a period of 30 years instead of 25 years. And you suddenly realize that in a span of 5 years difference, your corpus will become around 11 crores instead of 5 crores. This is actually the power of compounding, which is over a period of time, your money will start growing. At towards the end of the time, that is 25, 30, 35 years, you will have a higher corpus compared to when it is for a smaller tenure. And this is exactly what power of compounding, and this is what you need to make use of to accumulate wealth. So now you can see that the money can compound over a period of time and you can reach a stage of being wealthy with prudent investment over a longer period of time. Most people would want to believe that it is difficult to continue the process of investing, especially during a downturn in the market or when the market is going on a sideways movement. This is true. But if you have seen your money grow over a period of 10 years, 15 years, you would continue on that journey. Most people today are not able to be wealthy because they drop midway. Whenever there is a downturn in the market, whenever the market is not going up, people tend to stop their investment. People tend to pull out money from their investment, and that is the reason why most people are not able to become wealthy. One thing you need to notice is mutual funds are subject to market risk, and there may be times when market will be volatile. But if you're able to tide over those phases, you will be able to be well. Now, the biggest question is, are we able to make a return of around 14% from or a CAGR of 14% by investing in mutual funds? So here is a list of equity mid-cap mutual funds which has been able to give you this kind of return. If you look at the category average, you can see it has almost given around 16% CAGR over a period of 15 years. It's a long time to consider, and great investments in whether it is HDFC mid-cap opportunities or Edelweiss, Kotak Emerging Fund, Invesco Mid-Cap, SBI Magnum Mid-Cap, all the top of these kind of mutual funds have been able to give you a return of over 15%. When you're looking at a long-term horizon, it is perfectly fine to look at mid-cap investment opportunities because these are companies which would grow into large cap over a period of time. And if you're looking at the returns, these are able to give a better return than what we have considered of around 14%. And it is always advisable that you keep a watch on these investment, because mid cap space is a little more riskier than the large cap space, and there can be volatility in this space, and hence it is important for you to keep a watchful of it and keep checking your portfolio at least once in 6 months and making necessary changes, so that you are not missing out on any bad events that is happening and not been in a position to take corrective actions. Hence it gets very important for you to look into this on a periodic basis and make a change required. Now again, if you're not comfortable with a mid cap mutual fund, then you can look at large cap, but again the return would be in the range of 11 to 12%. And if you're looking for a longer horizon, looking at a flexi cap or a multi cap could be an option. Again, the return would not be in this range of 15 to 16%. The return would be around 12 to 13% in the multi cap and the flexi cap category. Now, if you are an investor who wouldn't mind taking a little more risk, or you are looking at having your funds managed by a good mutual fund manager, then you can look at the category of small caps, which would give you a little better return or comparatively better return, but the risk involved is much higher in a small cap space, because the companies are small. The chances of them going bad during downturn times is much higher than in the mid cap or the large cap category. But again, if you're ready to allocate a percentage of your investment towards this category, you would be in for a better returns over a longer horizon. Again, these are all things which work when you're looking at a longer horizon. All this doesn't happen in short term of 5 years or 10 years. You need to give more time. That is why when you start at the age of 22, 23, you have a period of around 25, 30 years for your money to actually grow at the rate of 14 to 18%. And this is where you really will see the magic of compounding playing. Now let's look at the small cap category funds. What is it that you can expect from those funds? So when you look at the small cap category, you realize that the average return of the category comes to around 16.5%. And you can see there are funds like DSP small cap or HDFC small cap funds, which are giving you more than 15% consistently on a CAGR for period of 15 years. Again, if you're somebody who would like to make use of the risk involved in the small cap space, knowing that you have a longer horizon, this is one category that you can play out, so that over a period of time your money will start growing and you will have a good returns. Here, as I said, the risk involved is more because the volatility would be much higher than any other category in the mutual fund space. But since you're handing over your money to an expert fund manager who understands the market and who is able to manage this for you, you're in a better position than managing this entirely on your own. They understand the volatility of the market, they understand the risk involved in the market. Only thing you need to do is you need to keep investing money in these kind of good mutual funds over a period of time. What happens in most cases is when the market falls or when there is a downturn, when there's a longer period of sideways movement, people will stop doing their SIP, or they will stop doing these kind of equity investment. Whereas this is the time where you need to invest, so that over a period of time your money will grow in an exponential way. People miss out on this point whenever there is a downturn, when there is a negativity that is happening around the stock market. People get scared and withdraw their money, even if it is in losses. And that is why people do not have faith on stock market. But this is the time when you need to keep funding more money if it is available. Again, you need to note that you need to ensure that money that is not immediately needed should only be used for investment in stock market or in mutual funds. Because if you need a money in the next 1 or 2 years and you invest it in the stock market and the market again falls, then you will be in a much bigger loss and will not be able to withdraw the money. Hence, you need to be very careful when you're doing a stock market investment. It has to be on a longer horizon. On a longer horizon, the market will always go up. Yes, we need to believe the past data. That is what has always happened, and that will be happening in the future also. For that to happen, you need to understand the market. You need to learn about the market.
Now, the thing is, if
for you to accumulate a corpus of 5 crore, 10 crore,
50 crore
habituated to the SIP or an investment in mutual fund would be the best option.
22,
and
years,
if you are somebody who still believes that you cannot be wealthy with a job, then it is a problem that is happening in your mind, and you need to convince your mind that over a period of time you will be able to accumulate enough wealth so that you have a successful life.
It is important for you to upskill yourself or find out new skills which will help you to earn better over a period of time. Most people find it hard to spend money to improve their skills, and believe me, this is one reason many people are not able to progress in their job. If you're somebody who would want to be wealthy over a period of time, you need to spend money for upskilling yourself or improving your skill that is needed for your job. Next thing is, whenever there is an increase in salary or a promotion and a salary increase coming with it or a bonus, most people will try and use that amount for improving their lifestyle instead of allocating at least a portion of it towards your investment. Once you start doing that, then you have a higher chance to be wealthy, because you are with every increase in your salary, you are not spending that on your expenses, rather you are allocating towards your investment. And the benefit is twofold. One, your expenses are not going up and your requirement for your future would be lesser than increasing your expenses. Also, you are having a higher percentage towards investment, which will help your money to grow over a period of time. Next thing is, most people get carried away by peer pressure or through the influence on social media, and they would want a fancy car, a huge house, the latest gadgets, and they spend this money. And many a time this type of funding happens through credit. They will be in a debt trap, and this will ensure that you have a lesser amount towards your investment, because you need to repay the debts that you have taken. That is the reason why many people, in spite of having a good salary, they are not able to become wealthy, because they have not allocated enough amount towards the investment, as they get carried away by the lifestyle changes that they see around them. Another reason why most people find it difficult to actually increase their investment over a period of time is because they find it difficult to believe
that it is practically possible for them to be wealthy with a salaried, being a salaried person or through salary. Because whatever they see on social media, it screams to them that it is high inflation, it gets difficult for a salaried man to survive. But if you really look at fact, only 1% of the Indian population has an income of over 16 lakhs as per the latest report by Financial Express. This shows that even on a salary of 16 lakhs, you still will be in a position to grow your wealth over a period of time. Again, here, wealthy doesn't mean that you will be a multimillionaire in dollar terms or you will be a billionaire in dollar terms. It just means that you have enough income coming from your investment or other sources which will help you to cover your expenses to maintain your current standard of living, and you don't depend on a job for it. That is all wealthy in this definition means. Clear example is, if you are somebody who has a net worth as on today of around 5 crores and you were prudent enough to invest that in the equity market, which is able to beat inflation over a period of time, and you have invested in the large cap stocks and not on the small cap or the mid cap segment, where you get a reasonable return of around 10 to 12%. Let's assume 10%. So you have an income every year of around 50 lakhs which will be coming. Yes, again, this CAGR that we are talking about is not consistent. There may be years where you get better returns. There may be years when you get lower returns. So, and an average, let's assume 10%, which is around 50 lakhs becomes your income. And if your expense is only 1 lakh per month, which comes to around 12 lakhs per year, then you have an income which is way above your expense. And you don't even have to withdraw your complete amount. Even by withdrawing around 3% of your portfolio, which you may be able to get every year, you can run your life without depending on any other source of income. That is exactly what being wealthy is all about. So now the thing that you need to understand is you need to invest in inflation beating asset like equity market. Since you are somebody who have started investment early on, you are habituated to the equity market and you understand the ups and downs of the market and you're comfortable to take that risk over a period of time. I hope this video is useful to at least many of you. In case you find these videos helpful, please like, share and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for your time.